Hello everybody, this is HeflaTV here with Hefla, Moke and more Rage Please MRP Dota. The two casters for you today here in the C qualifier for the I-League tournament. It's been a bit forth and back because Starlet is at the same time and some teams confirmed in Starlet, some teams confirmed here, but they kinda crossed their schedules so that like nobody's really sure who's actually playing, who's not. But the games that are online right now on all the channels, HeflaMoke, HeflaTV 1 and HeflaTV 2, they're definitely happening. And then of course in 3 hours after each of these best of threes are done, we have another set of matches coming. And here we have Execration and MVP.Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely excited that we got the commitment from both these teams. Dota 2 Best Yolo has the odds at 72% to 28 in favor of MVP.Phoenix. I would definitely consider them the favorite here, but I definitely think Execration has a little bit more of a chance than they've been given by the public on this one. And they have had some roster changes recently, but still fairly strong team in SEA Dota.
Well, we have to see. I mean, Execration, they play with a stand-in. One I don't know. And overall it's anyway like a new lineup as such. This is not the old Execration. We have to see how they perform. MVP.Phoenix, however, like they are pretty much the old team, like all of them are there, and we have to see how it's going. But yeah, the draft is already on the way, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, Brew going to be the first pickup from MVP.Phoenix. They run this quite a bit, and as you mentioned, very much chemistry between them. Usually see Heen in the mid lane take up that Brew, and he's pretty proficient on that. They have a lot of chemistry on the team. As you mentioned, 3 members on the Execration squad from the Star Ladder land files. 2 have been replaced, and one of them, Doc or Doc X, is being stood in for, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare. But either way, we'll see an ET ban and a Naga ban early from Execration, so 2 very annoying heroes. Not something I've seen in the ET run too much in SEA, but certainly a lot lately in the Western scene.
Yep, and we have to see. I mean, Brewmaster, it's one of those heroes actually, like in the last games I casted, like whenever he's not banned, he's still getting through, so he's still getting a lot of attention. The Skyrath Mage, however, is actually one of those heroes who has been dropping. He doesn't get so much love anymore because there is, I don't know, Vengeful Spirit is becoming very, very popular again. Plus we have the Ogre Magi, and well, Execration, they go against this mainstream picking and they go for the Skyrath Mage. So we have to see what they're gonna go for as like some sort of synergy thing. It might be directly, for example, the offliner, let's say Centaur Warrunner, for example. I mean, they banned out the ET, so they don't want to go for some magical lineup. They go for Void instead right away. So we have a Chrono plus a Mystic Flare. They secure this right at the start.
Yep, and as you mentioned, they're going to respond with the Vengeful Spirit, so a lot of the ways Skyrath has fallen off is by virtue of these very aggressive support duos that have been picked up lately. Also by virtue of some of the defensive stuff being picked up, like the Repel from the Omni Knight has become popular, the Purge from the Legion Commander, and those are able to remove the Ancient Seal, which is a very big part of his toolkit. But already, as you mentioned, we do see 2 ways to deal with this Brewmaster split in the Seal and the Chronosphere from Execration, so already investing quite a bit into trying to hamper the team fight of MVP in terms of that split.
Yep. And to be honest, I mean, Vengeful Spirit, like right after a Void, that gives us at least some chance to see the Chronosphere not being a super successful thing. I mean, at the moment we actually have 2 options already. I mean, besides, of course, stunning him while he's in the Chrono, but we have a swap out for the target that's under focus, plus the Brewmaster, when he got his split through, and of course the Brewlings are not sitting somewhere ducks in the Chronosphere. We have a Tornado and a stun as well, so that's of course good news. It might also be our indication that Faceless Void, he's going for relatively fast BKB in this game, depending on what else is coming. But for now we have the second ban rotation on the way, and Ogre Magi, yeah, that was, I don't know, it it had to happen right there.
Yeah, just a very strong hero in his own right. Does scale well with the Bloodlust in the late lane game. Of course, Skyrath, Ogre Magi, very strong roaming combo. Also very good at zoning out offlaners and giving the kill potential to those defensive tri-lanes. But as you mentioned, MVP, couple of ways to deal with this Chronosphere, which is already a big part of Execration's lineup. And things looking good for them early on. They also did ban out that Death Prophet, which does synergize well with the Faceless Void, as well as the Concussive Shot to a certain extent from the Skyrath Mage. So things looking good for MVP. We'll see what direction they take it in. Razor Ban comes out from Execration.
Yep, I mean the Razor, I didn't really expect it, to be honest, because it's, well, it would have been there for them actually a decent pick in the mid against the Brewmaster. That's one
Hmm.
of those, I don't know, matchups where I can see it happening, but Execration could still go for Viper, which means
Yeah.
MVP.Phoenix might ban it out. Viper Brewmaster, that's also something decent-ish. But at the moment, yeah, MVP.Phoenix, they definitely disable whatever there is to empower the Faceless Void even more. So you already talked about the Death Prophet, we have the Orca Magi with Bloodlust, and of course all the damage inside the Chronosphere being banned out, and now the Witch Dog, so no free Death Ward channeling into a blue bubble, which hurts a ton. But I mean, if they really want to circle around their drafting just around this Chronosphere, then there are more options to get damage. And Jakiro, for example, is still up, so you're just bathing in that macro pyre, which hurts a lot. And I don't know what else we got there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they come up with at least something.
Yeah, interesting pick here from Execration. Early Rubik coming out. He's a pretty weak support, especially in the laning phase. Not the best at farming either. His pulling ability isn't greatest as he can't farm stacks, but I mean, there's already the split to steal, which is fairly reliable steal if you're able to time it well. But Rubik Skywrath, very squishy combo here from Execration. And as you mentioned, they can still pick up a lot of mids for the side of Execration, so I guess they're leaving that variability to their draft, but they are narrowing down what is going to be banned here for MVP.Phoenix. So a little interesting for them to pick up that Rubik that early. I feel like it's more of a situational fifth pick type of hero.
Well, we have to see about the Rubik. I mean, right now he doesn't have a huge spectrum to steal from
Hmm.
Vengeful Spirit. Pretty much everything you steal is kind of useful. Of course, it depends, and at one point in the fight you're gonna
Right.
get those spells. The Brewmaster, it kind of depends when the Chronosphere comes out. If like this is Initiation Chronosphere, then he can't really steal anything from the Brewmaster. But like if the Brewmaster ultimate ends and the Faceless Void comes into the fight, and then you suddenly sit ducks, for example, your Earth Panda is in the Chronosphere, then the Rubik has the best time of his life because he can just steal that Brewmaster ultimate, and maybe that leads to some turnaround. I've been talking about the Jakiro. I actually expected him on the Execration side just because of the
Hmm.
Chronosphere, but yeah, MVP.Phoenix gets it, which is
Well,
kind of nice.
yeah, very strong support. Gives them a little bit of push, gives them some spam in the lanes. Also, there's the Ice Path, another way to deal with the Void in the Chronosaur. Of course, he can dodge it if he times it really well with that phase and increased movement speed from the Chronosphere, but just another way to zone him off of the intended target, and it also adds a little bit of push and some more lane harass to go with the Vengeful Spirit, who doesn't have the largest range early on in lane. So not a bad support combo at all from MVP.Phoenix. Of course, could also be a core Jakiro at this point in the safe lane.
Yeah, we have to see. I mean, that Jakiro and Vengeful Spirit is also like alone in laning. That's pretty strong already. I
Hmm.
mean, you have an Ice Path, you have Liquid Fire for constant harass, a Vengeful Spirit, then coming in with a Magic Missile. If that is, for example, paired up with the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane, then you even have an additional slow. So we talk about double stun and the slow, and all that together alone should be a kill. If not for that, then we have still the right clicks coming, as well as Liquid Fire if they start such an assault on level 2. However, we're gonna get a Queen of Pain for Execration side. That's quite interesting. So that's our candidate for the mid. She's one of those heroes, of course, heavy magical burst as such. So
Yeah.
the Brewmaster is gonna have a harder time against her if she's actually going, for example, for the damage over time right on the Brewmaster with Shadow Strike. But we have to see if she's getting ready to rotate early into the lanes, we're probably gonna see more of a Scream build and just one point into it. It really depends. Like Queen of Pain is relatively rarely played in the current meta, so every
Yeah.
player has kind of a unique style for each and every Queen of Pain.
Yeah, you were mentioning the Viper. I was thinking Ember Spirit myself, but Queen of Pain traditionally was considered one of these lane dominators, which does do fairly well versus the Brewmaster, who is melee and will have to use the clap every now and then to find some last hits. She also generally will build into the Orchid, so another way to deal with the Brew. If they get the Orchid up, the max level Ancient Seal, they'll have in excess of 10 seconds, barely over 10 seconds of silence for that Brew if they're able to overlap them and chain them very well. But MVP.Phoenix gonna pick up the Phantom Assassin here, and if he's able to blink in on this Queen of Pain, she's going to be absolute food. So I do still worry for the side of Execration thus far in their draft. Does offer them a little bit more with the Jakiro for the Rubik to steal, but the PA, nothing really useful for the Rubik to grab there.
Yeah, the only thing that really worries me about Execration is the fact that, I mean, you already mentioned it about Scarab Mage and Rubik, and for the Queen of Pain it pretty much is the same. Like, it's huge
Hmm.
magical burst, but no HP pool whatsoever, not at the start, and
Right.
also not in the further item progression unless she gets really tons of level and then goes for, I don't know, even some right-click value on herself. We've seen that before, like with Eye of Skadi and
Hmm.
a Hex, for example, but till then, she most likely is gonna get like an Orchid, which would be pretty nice in this game, preventing the Brewmaster from ulting the Chikira from casting anything. The same for the Vengeful Spirit. So she's not gonna have too much HP, which means just one Magic Missile or one Ice Path and a lucky crit of the Phantom Assassin or the Brewmaster coming in, and each of those three supports plus the Queen of Pain, they're just gonna explode. And that's what
Yeah.
worries me at the moment. It comes down to execution, really. They have to execute this very well.
Yeah, very curious fifth pick from Execration. They're going to go with even more silence for this Brewmaster. Presumably, the Doom doesn't cancel passives anymore unless you have that Aghanim's upgrade, so not the best direct counter to PA either. And it will have to be generally considered an offlane Doom unless they put the Void there and put this Doom in the safe lane, who isn't really one of those heroes that really extremely benefits from safe lane farm as a Void would, although the Void probably will have a better time in the offlane. Going to be interesting to see how Execration lanes this. Either way, don't know if that was the best pickup to round out their lineup into what Phoenix
That's good
has, and I
against the
feel like,
Brewmaster. Well,
yeah, it,
that's
it
for sure.
definitely is.
And against the Slark as well. But the Slark actually is, Jesus Christ, that's so
Very
greedy.
greedy. Yeah,
That
very
is
greedy
next level
pickup.
greedy. I mean, you're gonna farm a Phantom Assassin through. He's definitely gonna go safe lane because otherwise that wouldn't make any sense. The Brewmaster
Hmm.
is definitely the candidate for our mid. That means we're gonna get the Slark in the offlane, or we get dual lanes: Shakira Slark, Vengeful Spirit, Phantom Assassin. That would probably make the most sense as such,
Hmm.
or even the other way around, since the Shakira has more of a harass presence um in a lane. But let's see. I mean, the Doom is definitely nice, but right now with these picks, he has to, I don't know, multiple targets to choose from. So give, I don't know, give Refresher Arcanum Scepter build.
Yeah, I guess they kind of coaxed MVP into that Slark pick at the end, just giving him an extra Doom target, and they're gonna have to spread out their silences really well in the Orchid from the Cop, the Ancient Seal from the Skywrath, and the Doom from the Doombringer, of course. So it's, I guess, MVP going a little bit greedy, knowing that Execration was somewhat greedy in the sense that they don't have the strongest early game with that Skywrath Rubik's combo, so that will allow them probably to get a little more space in lane than they would with a stronger roaming combo, and I guess they're hoping to transition well off of that.
Yep, we have to see. First of all, we have a good old disconnect right at the start, plus of course, so it gives us some time to actually look into everything. I'm gonna take here MVP. We have Forever on the Slark, Heen playing the Vengeful Spirit, March on the Brewmaster, Mr. Kyo is on the Phantom Assassin, and oh god, like it's when I say Ryzen now, then people gonna kill me. Like the pronunciation of this is, yeah, like so many people say it differently.
I say Ryzen, so
Yeah, Ryzen. I think that's
you're my smooth talking German co-caster, so I believe we'll say it in the German flair, and
yeah,
we're
it's
gonna leave it at
Ryzen for me.
Ryzen for this one. If it's reason, he should have used an A, so everyone else can screw themselves. Either way, for the dire side, the side of Execration, they are no longer sponsored by IAP Interactive Philippines, so they are just Execration now. Iwi gonna play up on the Doom, Fox on the Rubik, Chemo one position it seems on the Void, Primo in the mid on the Queen of Pain, and the stand-in BG01 on that 4 position Skywrath Mage.
Server problem now? Question mark. Well, for
It's a good
me,
question to
actually,
ask.
I mean, this is a C server, and I got 335 MS. Jesus Christ.
I got 266, so I'm pretty good for being SEA.
Wow, that's like the connection from Canada to C is better than from Europe to C.
No,
That's quite impressive.
and not bad at all, I guess. So
Well, I got minus 1 MS, so it's down to 334. Must be good. Either way, but it still looks all smooth. We have to see though how it is
mhm.
for the players, because if the players have anything similar to this MS, they definitely can't play. Even though
Mm.
C players are very tolerant when it comes to MS, because they're used to, I don't know, play above 100 MS and stuff like that. Good luck, have fun. That's what Eevee says. And we have to see the laning. Was I right? Was I not right? Yeah, it's gonna be Shakira and PA. Or never mind that. they're actually gonna send the PA in the mid, and they're gonna get March up with the Chikiro, and the other dual lane, that's, at least I was right with this one, Heen, and for they gonna play Slark, Vengeful Spirit. It's very greedy. Very greedy. That might be actually the opening for Execration we need, but then again, if the dual lanes are gonna be somewhat successful, then this is really an awesome start for MVP.
Yeah, we may see an engagement top lane. March going to walk around the tree line. Chemo going to back off for the time being. They don't have the Skywrath quite close enough to engage here, so perhaps they will know that a ward has been placed, but it seems like just a dire ward placed in the lane there, so very interesting choice from the side of Execration. But either way, no early aggression going to come here, and we will see another pause, unfortunately, from Fox.
Yep, you can't really engage in a Chikiro Brewmaster at the start, like the slow liquid fire, guaranteed liquid fire, and they just have way more damage at the moment. Rubik's right clicks, you can pretty much forget it, and well, when it comes to the Void on level 1, like, you might want to go for that time lock, you might want to go for the backtrack, or maybe even you're forced into the time walk. It's all pretty much bad news. So let's see where this one is going. I have to stay passively there, but then again, it's a tri lane and they're sort of converging. I'm checking my ping. Oh god, it's rising again. Jesus. Yeah,
as you mentioned, though, this greed in the mid lane, I don't know how well QO is going to do up against Primo on that Queen of Pain. Should have a great time to find some farm, and an early Orchid could spell doom for this Brewmaster, who is in the off lane, is not going to have an early blink. He'll probably have something around a 13 to 14 minute blink, being in that off lane dual lane up against a defensive try. So I do worry for the side of MVP, but they have pretty much dominated SEA, especially in the KDL, so I'm really not worried. They're very good at what they do, and as you mentioned, they've been together for a long time now. So
yep, but kind of the success is missing, though, I have to say. Like, both of the MVP teams, like, they're always like sort of midfielder when it comes to rankings in all of the leagues. They appear in all. I mean, they're getting invited for many tournaments, but like the real success is it's just not there yet, I guess.
I mean, they're always in the conversation, but as you mentioned, just not able to quite finish when these events come around. But again, heavily favored over on Dota2BestYOLO.com, 72%. So we'll see if that is warranted or has any merit, or if Execration able to pull off the upset.
But finally, we have a G call here, so let's go into this. We also have, like, guys, for all that are curious about the schedule today, iLeague. Like, this is 12 CET or 19 SGT. And we have games following up on 22 SGT. Oh, but we already have a go here on Eevee, and well, they're not gonna follow up on this. This is quite interesting. To be honest, the Slark went for Ascent Shift first instead of the Pounce. I think that was a mistake. With Pounce, maybe they had a chance to actually get the first spot on a Doom, because the Doom starts with 0 base armor. He's just as squishy as a Wisp. That might have been something.
Yeah, high base HP pool, low base armor, as you mentioned. They were just trading blows, waiting for the rune, so that's when he skilled the Essence Shift, and the Vengeful Spirit wasn't able to rotate around for Heen till a couple seconds later, but unfortunately not able to get that kill, and it looks like Yui will rotate back to the jungle for the time being, so Forev gonna find some free farm in the spot lane.
Yep, at least grabbing like the first big creep. Well, actually, it seems like he's gonna be stacking right away. And in the mid, that answers my question or my thoughts pretty much out of the draft. What is the Queen of Pain going for? And at the moment, we have the Shadow Strike. And I guess against the Phantom Assassin, that's just perfect.
Yeah, even one level for the lane harass is very good. March taking a few right clicks in the top lane from the Skywrath, but very weak base damage. Should be able to farm just fine for the time being, as the Rubik is out of lane, looking to stack and pull.
Yep, we have to see. I mean, he's gonna blow his everything into either Ryzen or March. I mean, at this point, I don't even think it matters. He has so much regeneration. I mean, he had 2 Burrow tangos as well as like his own tangos, and well, he has a salve on top of it and the clarity, which means he is not finished yet. But then again, on the other side, we have similar amount of regeneration, so it should be just fine, especially on March. But that's why BG01 is going at the moment for Ryzen instead. That's where it's most effective. But then again, look at the Faceless Void. Faceless Void getting from the Liquid Fire and just Thunderclap and right clicks of March. This is for him.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Lane's looking really good here for MVP.Phoenix with this duel off lane. Yui's not going to have any potential to go contest the pulls from Heen. He should have a free time farming on this Vendel. You see he's already almost up to level 3. Forev is going to be fine in lane alone, and it looks like they don't have much kill potential on this combo of the Jakiro and the Brewmaster.
Yep, and there's a haste rune top, but at the moment BG, oh, he's holding back on it, but now he's actually picking it up. I actually thought maybe we're gonna have it on the co-op, maybe they're gonna even secure it, because the bottle, I think, is just on the way. So if they would have waited another 10 seconds or so, that would have been just fine. But I guess Primus says like, no guys, I'm fine even without the haste rune. Problem is that, well, BG, he can't really put that haste rune into proper use.
Yeah, unfortunately they're just going to stagnate for the time being. In the mid lane though, QO getting pretty low, just a couple right clicks. He's going to walk into the tree line. Doesn't have any regen here though, and is going to have to ferry some out. Seems like he's got his bottle as well as a Wraithband on the way.
Well, let's see. And by the way, like, someone claims to be the manager of MVP.Phoenix, and they say they're gonna play both installer and everything, so that might answer some fewer questions. Either way, we're gonna have the Phantom Assassin here at the moment. Like, also he has to instantly bottle Crow. I mean, he still has a minute till the 4-minute rune, but yeah, he's gonna be definitely a tiny bit behind in comparison to the Queen of Pain. We have a 13 and 1 on him, and a 20 and 5 at the moment on the Queen of Pain, and of course her damage output is way higher. But talking about damage output, top, like, Ryzen is just continuing, and he's going for the full load build at the moment, like Breath plus the Liquid Fire, no Ice Path so far. They're really just interested in that lane harass, so yeah, they have established a pretty successful dual lane against the tri-lane. But that's also down to the fact that the Rubik is more or less busy just doing all the pulls all the time.
Yeah, and with the dual breath there, they don't really need the Ice Path, as the telekinesis is the only disable from this tri-lane aside from
look
RNG
at this, we have
stuff.
actually a goal here, like the Phantom Assassin going for the Queen of Pain, but I don't know if that's really a battle you can win. At the moment it's really the rush for the rune, and the bounty rune is gonna go for the Queen of Pain. Blinking away, now being slowed, turnaround is real here, and I think we have our first blood. Execration is gonna secure this. This race for the rune that ended really, really badly. And top, we have an engagement as well. March being pretty low, out of mana as well. He wants to get Fox, but there's another telekinesis, and I think this is another MVP kill here. Or, I mean, with the Liquid Fire, no, he can't really do anything. There's a salve on Fox, so Ryzen, you won't kill him. And BG is back to the lane. Perfect timing on him, so another kill. And as I'm talking about it, we have finally a revenge kill. One for MVP here. Forov is gonna get that after a successful magic missile and a pounce. But whoa, all 3 lanes at the same time. It's like the 4-minute was some sort of, I don't know, start for everything. Let the massacre start.
The pings must have subsided and everyone wanted to go in while they had that little window there. Yep, Yui dropping in the bot lane to an obvious magic missile pounce combo there. Max Dark Pack build opted for by Forever here, so interesting pickup from him. That's a build I certainly am a fan of, but some people opt for the Max Pounce. QO also made Primo rotate back to the base to bottle up there in the mid lane, but wasn't able to kill him off. And things going well there for Execration.
Yeah, to be honest, I think the aggression of the PA should have waited till he's level 6, because once he's level 6 he actually can really just blink on the Queen of Pain, use that, of course, blink strike advantage on her. If you crit her, then she is definitely in trouble, even with her like magic burst she has. If you maybe even get some bottle ticks in between like we saw it in the fight, that would have been something, but in the end, no, it didn't really go well. So at the moment, Execration up for a good start, but this is still, it's just not the end. March actually quite in trouble here, below 50% HP. There is the telekinesis, but we have the magic missile income, and now they're gonna go here on Chemo. He has no time walk, no nothing, but March is dying, no dodges whatsoever, and BG, he's gonna make sure that nothing else is happening here. He wants to go back in, but nope, this is not really working. At the same time, we had, never mind, Queen of Pain, he doesn't join the fray. I actually thought he might join top here, but at the moment, Invisibility Rune, he wants to come back from behind. Heen has no mana, that would be an easy kill, but they go the wrong direction. He doesn't see him.
Yeah, probably just going to try and force Ryzen back to the tower and let her clean it up. Chemo does time walk forward. Here's a concussive shot. There's the tonic wave from behind, the Scream of Pain as well. March getting low. Chemo chasing one more right click. And he does stick up, and they're not able to bring him down. But nice 2 clean kills for Execration there.
Yep, I mean, there's still the Shadow Strike ticking on him, but he has a Tango up as well as used his stick, so it's all fine. Ui is at the moment in the mid, but getting right away a big fat crit of the PA. He's just here to collect some experience, so he gets his level 6. However, the Slark is free farming. He got 1 kill and free farm. He's 42 and 19 at the moment. That's the best hope, of course, for MVP. But look at the PA in the mid, critting on Primo here right away. Like, she's getting super aggressive at the moment. Queen of Pain actually struggling now in his lane.
Yeah, the one shining beacon, as you mentioned, for MVP is Forever in the bot lane. They've also dropped this tower fairly low. It's just over 50% in the off lane, and they did just glyph it up, so they probably will look to bring that down promptly hereafter. And we do see Primo having to rotate back to base. The 2 supports, however, from the side of Execration are coming out towards mid, so they may TP him in.
They want the Doom as well. The Slark is already on the side. What they need is the Jakiro. We don't have an Ice Path to hold him in place at the moment, but the Slark, he might rotate actually into the mid, but oh god, he's gonna meet 2 people here. Actually, he's directly next to a smoke, but he doesn't reveal it, so they are heading towards the mid while he's still looking for the Doom. The Doom is not level 6, and there we have it. All he needs to do is land his counter, and then the Shakira is coming in. That's a guaranteed kill here, an easy one. He's even using his ultimate. And while I say this, there is another fight going on here. PA, they found it. So in the end, like, the aggression of the Slark was successful, as well as that smoking. So both teams get an easy kill here. A nice little 1-1 trade.
Yeah, I think the advantage goes the way of MVP, however, because only the 2 supports were involved in the QO kill. Primo was finding some farm in the lane and also did get the rune, but a little bit more beneficial to have your Slark be involved in that solo core kill as opposed to your 2 supports.
Well, then again, it was your mid PA that died just in trade for offlaner who wasn't even level 6, so let's see. And it probably ends even in a tower being denied right now. Yeah.
Speaking of mid, Primo does blink out here. Kyo gonna throw another Stifling Dagger, Magic Missile, not in range from Heen though, so wasted rotation. And bot lane, Yui's been going on nice Shadow Dance to dodge the Doom there. A few more right clicks from Forev will bring him down. Skywrath Mage is running away. They don't have the Ice Path here and will survive. But in the mid lane, Kyo does go down to the Queen of Pain. Magic Missile and the Wave of Terror going to be taken from this Vengeful Spear, but he not able to finish off this cop, and she may even have some kill potential on him if she chooses to re-engage, but she will back off towards the base.
Yep, it's quite interesting. If they engage on like 2 lanes at the same time. Oh, top. We just missed that. Jesus Christ, this was the first Chronosphere. It just came out. March was already low, so it took only some seconds till they killed him, especially with the help of the Rubik, who actually got quite some decent level here. This is a level 3 Fate Bolt already, and just a level 2 Telekinesis, so from him also some Magic Burst right now. And well, 3 and 8 at the moment. It's still looking good for Execration. The trades they do, they're everything but bad, and we have to see. They also got a tower denied. So let's look into the net worth at the moment. Slark obviously being number 1, but even with all this free farm, just the fact that Kimo has been, like, I don't know, engaging in all these fights, he's just up to the Slark's farm at the moment, so nothing to worry about at the moment for Execration.
Yeah, definitely. So interesting build from Primo on the Queen of Pain. Has picked up an Ogre Axe here, so perhaps it is a BKB, perhaps it is an Aghanim Scepter. Not sure how good BKB is this early on. There's a lot of disable in the Magic Missile and the Ice Path, and of course the Brewmaster's toolkit with the split up, but not sure that it's the effectiveness they need early on from this cop. I feel like they need her to snowball a little more with something like an Orchid, especially against the Brewmaster.
Well, I like what they do at the moment. They give the Jakiro some space. He can actually like blow his liquid fire against the tier 2 tower. The tier 2 tower obviously losing quite some HP there, but oh my god. March, you don't want to be there. They have a silence. If they get the silence up on March, that's of course bad news. Now what they have to do is all that magic burst, but the ultimate, it's coming through. Now they want to re-engage here. The Rubik is probably going to be the first target. No, they're going to go for BGO, but the problem is, he's actually going down as well as Fox. This is just a matter of time. The question is now, is there more to come? Ui is there. Oh, he faked his Doom cast on Ryzen because, yeah, Prime, they're gonna get him the normal way. There's no more Ice Path, no nothing. Timo's coming in. They're gonna get at least this revenge kill. But that's it. It's a 2-for-1 trade when everything is settled. And everybody but the Slark rotated into the mid. So it's pretty crowded in here.
Yeah, nice little trade for MVP. I feel like that's the first trade that they did finally get the benefit of aside from that PA kill for the Doom earlier. But it's only 2 supports for 1 support, so not a big loss. And with the Chronosphere and the Sonic Wave up now, the Execration can look to go mid, but there are TP rotations from the entire lineup of MVP.
Well, we have to see where this one is going. On the Doom, oh, never mind, we got to go here in the mid. Kimo's actually going down. He had the Chronosphere, he could have stopped this, but it's just too much damage at the same time. Now he's looking for something, instantly removes Well, the silence, and now look at the PA. Super greedy, but standing it all in the Mystic Flare. He's still going down. The Queen of Pain loading it into all. Eevee still, he did get off his Doom. That's definitely a guaranteed kill unless we're gonna see it deny. But yeah, Heen is the next one to fall if they really want to follow up here. Ryzen just buying some time, getting the retreat up. The problem is they don't have any other magic missiles, so Eevee is not going down, and Forev still somehow alive, and yeah, he's gonna finish off. Problem is Chemo's coming in. Time walk, and where's the Chronosphere? Oh, completely off the mark. Jesus, that was bad.
Yeah, and something we mentioned in the draft, Doom doesn't disable passives. Forev just able to disengage, regen up from that Shadow Dance passive, come right back in and find a kill. And that was a huge win. 5 for 1, I believe, overall for the side of MVP. The entire lineup of Execration did end up going down. Sonic Wave did whiff a little bit.
Look, this random kill, Chemo. March being super low at the Ancients. And, I mean, they didn't even have vision there, but somehow they still sort of, like, just time walked up, and that's it. But yeah, you were right. This was a horrible trade for Execration. Like, there were so many kills ahead, and with this they kind of lost everything. It's 10-10 now here, 12 minutes in, and this Chronosphere could have been a triple kill easily.
Yeah.
Without any problems, but he didn't find anything with it, and he also didn't pursue anyone, so that was really, really bad. Chemo, he looked so good in lane, but this Chronosphere, that is not good on his CV.
Yeah, they had a beautiful synergy of abilities on him over at the tier 1, getting him down early, and by the time he was able to re-engage from the TP, he didn't get a great chrono off. But Forev, gonna pounce over the trees here. They're not gonna catch him with BG. Oh, but they do pincer him with Yui and BG here. He's gonna get Ancient sealed up, but he will be able to Shadow Dance. He'll finish off the Skywrath during the Mystic Flare. Mid lane, PA has gone in onto Fox. One more right click from March. They'll bring him down, and they'll get the tower. Jakiro finding the last hit there. Nice little trade for them. Stifling Dagger out onto Iwi. Blinking, pounce as well. Ice Path is there too. Dark Pack, he's going to get finished off for Rev, finding the kill.
That's
beautiful
even a tier 2 tower
exchange.
if they have enough time. But at the moment, well, PA's at the moment just up for Chemo's, yeah, stopping him. And, well, the man fight already starts here. Chemo, he's going to get something in the courier, but that's not going to help here. He's actually going for a Maelstrom. That's what he wants to go for. But you saw the man fight at the moment. Like, he can't really do anything against 101 against the PA at the moment.
Yeah, especially not with Mask of Madness popped. So, very, very unfortunate for him there, but surprisingly he did stand his ground just for the moment. We'll have to back off. PA already building towards that BKB, Ogre Axe 500 gold in the bank as well. And looking pretty good on the PA. Overall, 4th on the net worth chart, so a little bit underwhelming, but Forev should be able to pick him up already with that Ultimate Orb and Blink Dagger ready.
Yeah, and let's see, in the mid we have at the moment a smoke. It's a Freeman smoke. This is still a Brewmaster without a blink or anything, so they have to rely on the initiation of the Phantom Assassin, slowing it down, then follow up with Magic Missile. But it should be just fine. Well, they don't get the tower deny or anything, but there's the Chronosphere buying some time, and it's so much damage at the moment. The swap, however, is gonna save the day. Chemo, he's pretty low though, and the PA joining back into the fight now. Some crit on the Rubik will just finish this fight, and it's a bad one for Execration at the moment. It looked so good at the beginning, but yeah, the result was everything we could. Oh, but look at this, Queen of Pain getting killed under her tier 2 tower. However, we have the Doom on him, and now it's all about how much damage do they have. Not enough, and so he's just going back.
Yeah, no mana left on BG on that Skywrath, so they weren't able to rotate him with a concussive shot, and Forev just going to get out of vision once again and regen up from that passive. So easy game, easy life for this Slark. 8,800 net worth, 2.2k ahead of that Void right now.
Yep, and now it's starting to, I don't know, this game takes really shape for MVP, and Execration, they don't really find the answers they have to. I mean, there's a cliff now up for the tier 1 tower, but if everything's fine, well, we have the PA getting that last hit as well, so he is bathing in gold at the moment like Dagobert. We have to see where the graphs are actually standing. XP-wise, MVP, they had a huge swing. The last 5 minutes were full of fights and full of good trades for them. 7.5k, and this is going to even update a bit more. And when it comes to gold, it's, yeah, pretty much on the same way, towards the 7.5k mark. With that last tower, when the update comes, it should be there.
Yep, Primo gone on to in the bot river by the rune, but it was able to pick that up and blink away from the pounce of Forev. Looking to go back in, Stifling Dagger is going to get disjointed by the blink, and they won't be able to engage on that Queen of Pain, who is a little bit elusive at this point, but still only sitting on that Ogre Axe and 1200 gold, so isn't able to get any really solo kill potential.
Now we have to see what Execration does right now. I mean, they're all 5 in mid. They're preparing for another assault of MVP, but is that a Roshan coming out? I think this is a tiny bit too early. We don't have any lifesteal or anything, so nope. They're just going for that jungle and settle there, pretty much. While the Brewmaster, well, he is having his Blink Dagger pretty soon. He needs level 11 and he needs the Blink Dagger. Both is coming pretty much soon. The Blink Dagger even earlier than the level 11.
Yeah, they have been able to kill this brew quite a few times out of the 10 kills for Execration. He is 4 of them, so is a little bit late, 17 minutes into the game. Nevertheless, we'll have that blink up now and should be able to get some things done with it. They do have the glyph available for this T1, and they certainly can defend it as almost their entire squad has TPs. Oh, just a couple TPs, but they are rotating in.
And at the moment the crits, just the Stifling Dagger crits, like already bring Chemo down to like half, like a third of his HP. Or like take away a third pretty much. But we have a smoke in the mid, they want to engage here. Chemo, he has to get a proper chronosphere and he actually gets one on 3, but there's a swap, but still, they got 4 already, that's number 1. March, however, he's gonna manage it into his ultimate, that's of course bad news. Where was the Doom? It was on another target, Rising here. I think he's trying to tank it all up for now. He still had Scorch Earth, but yeah, they're gonna turn it around. Fox still sticking here. I think they have to run away at least as long as that ultimate is up. And let's see, Ryzen, he's trying to get that timing, but no, Chemo, he's coming back. There's the Ice Pass, however. PA not daring to go in. Ryzen getting really, really low at the moment. It looks like a good trade for Execration, but is there some sort of turnaround? Yes, look at this. PA coming in like a man, but now he's standing versus 3, and he doesn't have enough lucky crit. So make this a 2 for 4 trade, I'm sorry. And the Brewmaster, he actually managed to get out. They needed something more on the Brewmaster. I think the Doom on the Brewmaster would have been a tiny bit better in this fight here.
Yeah, they got the Sonic Wave on 3 from Primo, and it brought the 2 other support heroes very low, and I guess that attracted Chemo over to them rather than the Brewmaster. If, like you said, they were able to focus that Brewmaster, I feel like that's an easy 5-man wipe for the side of Execration, and they don't lose anyone, however.
That would have been a nice idea as well, but for now, Forov, she's trying to go on Primo, but nope, it doesn't really work. In the end, they just clear out and get away with all this pressure on the tier 1 tower. But yeah, Orchid on the Queen of Pain, used on March, that would have translated probably into a 5-man wipe.
Yeah, I think easily, and the tier 1, they don't even get the tier 1 off that. They do end up losing their Void, as well as Yui, who tried to turn for a level death, but got fogged on that very low QOPA, who was able to finally get that return kill on the Void. So either way, very nice chrono from Chemo, but not enough from it, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah, but at least this Chronosphere made up for what he did before. However, in the mid now, we're gonna have some pressure on that tier 2 tower, and it's probably going down. I mean, there's a cliff being used at the moment. Well, it's a good timing actually. They might, never mind that. They even missed that one. That's of course bad news, but oh, we have a swap here. Oh, they found the Doom, and well, this is bad news. So far they can't really finish it, and with that beautiful Chronosphere, like he's actually making up for all of that whiffed chrono before, and now they might even get number 3 here. Like the PA is running, but there's no point in running. In the backlines, however, they're gonna get at least that Ruby kill, but Ryzen now surrounded by so many people. The Doom actually eating a liquid fire, and I think that might be it for the Doom. But Borov still using his ultimate, getting a double kill here, heading towards that triple kill. Is he? No, he just wants to get out, but oh god, that blink. He was too short with the blink. He still has a pounce, but Jesus Christ, what they need is just a tiny bit more damage, and there's the blink. That was a big misplay. So in the end, it's a full 5-man wipe for MVP. Only 3 down for Execration. It all comes down to a beautiful chrono and a horrible misplay by the Slark.
Yeah, nice Mystic Flare on 2 as well to follow it up. They got the Sonic Wave off on Forev with the Ancient Seal up. Did a hell of a lot of damage. He had to disengage, and meanwhile the rest of his team died. He came back in, found 1 return kill, but as you mentioned, not able to blink up to the cliff, and he feeds his own life over as well.
Yeah, and that's now also the BKB finish for the Queen of Pain. Either way, we have to look anyway on the item progression, because the PA was also heading towards the BKB. Right now he doesn't even have it. Like, he is just a recipe away, 600 gold up at the moment. So the Queen of Pain a tiny step ahead at the moment after these not so lucky fights for MVP. Ryzen, he's the mech carrier now. It's finished as well, but he might, never mind, that wasn't smoking, they just came frontal, and well, didn't get anything. We have only Vengeful Spirit and Ryzen here on the Chikiro on the bottom lane, so in theory they could just engage, but then again the tier 1 tower is still standing, so we have a fast answer just in case they're gonna engage.
Yep, QO not too far off his BKBs, only 375 gold from that. The Slark has opted for a Lincoln Sphere, so pretty good against the Doom, but I feel like the Scotty still would have been enough. It would have tanked him up. He has been able to disengage most times when he's been doomed, but we do see a 5-man smoke rotation from the side of Execration, and they may run into the highest priority target from MVP in the river, but they are wrapping around through the jungle for the time being.
Oh, this might actually be good. I mean, we still have a Chronosphere, and they only need to find one target. Just taking one target out, like Fora, for example. Oh my god, they know someone must be around here. Fora. No, they don't see him. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, and at the moment, Green and Plain, oh well, disjoining that pounds, but they had the biggest chance of the game right here. But they didn't really realize where is the guy who actually had that disabled. Fox, however, is going down. There is the Chronosphere. March is already down. Never mind. He's still somehow alive. The last right clicks. Finally, Green of Pain coming in. A big fat ultimate, finishing that off. Fourth is going out of this fight. It's a 1-for-2 at the moment, but all the BKBs are being popped here. BG is the next one to fall, and nobody can stop a 10-second BKB. They're trying to TP out. Ryzen has nothing to interrupt, so the Doom is out, and Fourth is looking for something else. He wants to find Primo. Well, with the Blink Dagger and a pounce landing. Actually, it lands, and now that should be an easy kill. That was nicely played. Now he made up for his mistake at the Ancients pretty much.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Forev, able to bring it into a favorable trade for MVP. In the mid lane, he pounces in on EU as well. A nice stomp there, but the Liquid Fire, a couple more arc kicks. He should be able to bring him down. He pops the drums, trying to run Stifling Dagger, though. Ice Path even going to land. QO going to find the kill on the Doom. That ends up being a 4-for-2 for MVP, and they can pressure this tier 3 here with the Liquid Fire.
Yeah, like, it's the Doom really feels like the weakest link at the moment, the Execration chain. Oh, and they found Fox again. He's going down before he can even cast anything. Chemo also being in trouble. Without the Chronosphere, Execration really looks bad, but Fourth at the moment, he has first some trouble being under attack. Ryzen might be the focus target, but Brewmaster's coming in. The ultimate is up here. Stifling Dagger is critting the poor Scarab Mage down, and now Primo has the same problem. He has to go back. No BKB for him, and even Chemo has to go out, but Fourth, Jesus Christ, this Slark is super aggressive. In the end, the Brewmaster ultimate is not doing much, just shooing them away for now.
Yeah, he's basically just been a focus for them. Few more right clicks going into Primo here. He'll have a blink in a second though, and Forev will rotate down to the low ground as they are able to bring down this range racks. Looks like they will be content with their spoils for the time being and back off. Maybe look to re-engage. But yeah, they do know the chrono is up now, so wise decision from MVP. They get a hell of a lot out of that trade. And like you mentioned, Forev looking rather invulnerable with that Lincoln Sphere pickup, just hopping around everywhere and finding kills for his team.
Yep, he really managed to just go in, make a precision strike, and then get the hell out. I mean, he has Blink Dagger and Slark as such, like, and if he's in trouble and not silenced or something, then he can always use his ultimate if it's just getting a bit too hot in his situation. But Execration, they're trying to do the same, going for a 5-man smoke. I hope this one is a tiny bit more successful, but it looks like this might be for Roshan. If they don't find anyone, why not going for Roshan? So far, no great damage done. It's only the tier 3 tower, it's only the range tracks. Fox is standing guard at the moment because Fourth is only scouting, but this Roshan, it's relatively fast, I have to say, down to 50%. If MVP responds, they have to do it right now, but Ryzen is already on the way with a smoke, and this might be big, but they're going north. They're going north, they don't see it, but oh, there's the Frost Path in, and this is bad news. Roshan still on a quarter HP. PA is trying to go in, there is the BKB, Doom up on him. Can they finish it off? They need to finish off, and now they have a Chronosphere if they want to, but oh, they have to use it. Macropyre's up, Chemo can't really hit it, he's going down. That's already a reclaimed Aegis still. It's a 5-on-4 situation at the moment. Never mind that Doom is going down, but he did his duty. Now it's all about the right clicks. Ryzen is the first target here. Primo activating his BKB, so they can't really touch him. Ryzen super low, but still getting an Ice Path out, slowing it all down. He's finally falling, but the problem is now Slark is going to turn it around with the PA in the backpack, and Execration, Jesus Christ, that was with Aegis and everything, and still it's not ending well. The Slark wants Chemo so badly. He has the Blink Dagger, 5 seconds, Pounce is available, so run for your life.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for much more from Chemo on that Chronosphere. He gets 2 heroes, 2 very high priority heroes on the periphery, both sides. But the Brewmaster, they bring him down early once again, and they focused a lot of their toolkit on him. And still, they have the Slark and the PA to be running around doing a lot of work. And that's exactly what they do. They bring down the racks once again.
But it was a very unfortunate timing for them, I have to say. Now, in the mid, I don't think we're gonna see engagement. Fourth is just too tanky. Like, the Doom is just not playing any role in this game at the moment. He needs more armor, and right now he's running around with 6 armor. That's nothing. Nobody really cares about it. He has no HP pool to, I don't know, work with. 1.6k, the Slark doesn't really care, nor does the PA. And it's kind of funny, if you lose fights, even though you took out March there, so no Panda ulti at all, and you still lose the fight, that's really bad news for Execration. So it's a bad projection into the future.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't bode well for Execration, and they can look, as you mentioned, with this Primal Split at the ready to re-engage, and you do see Forev scouting things out on the high ground, has his Blink at the ready, has picked up a Basher as well, 4k ahead of that Void, and here we go, jump in lane, Skyrock just gonna absolutely melt, BKB's popped here, Forev uses the Shadow Dance, he's bashing up this Doom, he will get Centaur stomped here, he will get his Linken's pop and be Doom, but QO gonna reinitiate, they're gonna bring down the Doom as well, and with the Primal Split, they'll bring down the Rubik in the trees. Primo looks to be caught out alone. Does have his BKB available, will pop that.
But still, like, there are still bashes if they want to, but yeah, he's blinking away, and no, they don't have any vision. The Ice Path is unfortunately in the wrong direction. It was a good guess, but still, they're gonna lose 3 for 1, and it's so easy. The greedy lineup of MVP absolutely worked out. Like, those trades are getting better and better. Like, I don't really know where this one is ending. Like, the PA is well on its way now to get like a proper tier 1 item here on top of the BKB, and I mean, at the moment I don't even need that. Fourth is really just pushing it all through. The bashes now make it even impossible for Execration to sort of counteract with BKBs. This is looking dire, and the next target is of course the tier 2 tower here at the moment. Liquid Fire already up, he's trying to get that last hit, but at the moment, no, he's going for that on the Doom, but he's gonna pay for it at the moment. That's definitely a kill, but the Panda ultimate is off. They're gonna get the Skyrock Mage as well, and the crits and the stuns, everything is up. No Chronosphere so far, it's available, but he needs to get it off. Does he use it? No, never mind, he uses it, but he just doesn't have enough damage. Maybe with the Queen of Pain. Fourth still somehow alive, the PA also alive, just popping the BKB, getting the next support down, and now it's just about man fights. Even, Jesus, double basher now on both of them. So if those bashes come, then Execration can't really do anything with their BKBs anymore.
Yeah, I mean, really the only good thing going for Execration here is the low res timers for them. I mean, they will be able to be up soon, but they should lose this tier 3 pretty much uncontested. And everyone very healthy still from the side of MVP.
To be honest, I think we have game here right now, because like there's no Chronosphere for a long time, and look at this Fourth just going in on Primal. They're gonna get that kill easily. March being low, but he still has 15 stick charges. They're gonna trade here 2 for O, and yeah, that must be game. That's definitely a guaranteed Drax. And top, we have the tier 2 tower under attack, but if they want to, they can just go for tier 4. Execration, they lost this game. There's no way back from here on.
Yep, MVP responding to the greed of the Doom pick with some greed of their own with that 5th pick Slark, and dual lanes worked out a lot better for them than did the defensive try and the solo offlane Doom for Execration. We do see the GG calls here. As you mentioned, an MVP taking a convincing game. Jump forward from Forev, he's not going to find the pounce on Chemo, but he will get the Abyssal, and they're going to try to bring him down, but the throne should pop before then. And well, nice game 1 played by MVP.
It's pretty interesting. MVP getting through with such a greedy pick. I think under normal circumstances or with a different laning stage, they might have been punished for it. But still, I mean, the game was long enough to still come online with such a, I don't know, with such a draft. It was quite interesting, to be honest. And we have to see game number 2. Do they come up with something as greedy? Because game number 1 was just fine for them. So Execration, they did some good plays. Besides that one Chronosphere, like, I can't really complain. But it was just not enough. The Doom did just not play any role in this game. Like, his Dooms, they were almost not, I don't know, influential at all. Either way, guys, we're going back to, or we are coming back for game number 2 in just a second.